we're just about time for the A word. I want to take just a couple of minutes to talk about my day yesterday, because I promised that I would at some point tell the story of how I very nearly blew it after all these years of ABA training. We were leaving to go someplace. We were actually going to the community garden last night, my husband and I, and we didn't give a whole lot of notice to my son. It isn't a time when we usually go to the community garden, so it was just this curveball that we were throwing him. But you know, sometimes that happens. And I think sometimes, oh, well, you know, I could have given him a 10-minute warning. But you know, sometimes you have to go someplace and you don't have 10 minutes. So I think it's, you know, he's more than an age where he can be working on these kinds of things, but he was really not having it. And we got him out the door, and he was, you know, protesting the whole way. We were saying, yep, it's not going to be that long. We're just going to go and come back. And got him outside the door, and we all go and get in the car, and he's not there in the car. He's standing by the front door because he didn't feel like he got heard, and he didn't want to go. And he said, I'm not going. I'm going to stay here. And he's not at an age where we have ever left him at home alone. He's about to be 9. I don't, you know, I'm not there yet. And I said, okay, I heard you. I know you don't want to go, but you need to get in the car, right? Your protest duly noted. Let's get over it. Let's get in the car. I'm in a hurry. I want to get over there because I want to get back. We got to make dinner. We got things to do, right? I got my agenda. I'm ready. And why is he not complying? And he's going, no, I'm not going. And so the old me who had not had ABA went, fine, good luck. I hope nobody, you know, get into total punishment mode, total bad parenting mode. I was like, well, good luck. I hope nobody comes. You know, the door to the house is locked, so you're going to sit outside the whole time, right? And I figure he's going to relent because I've put fear on his plate. Bad parenting, Shannon, bad parenting. Anyway, I go and I get in the car, and I said, we'll just sit here. My husband's like, what's going on? I said, he doesn't want to come. We're just going to sit here for a minute. We're going to give him some time. And he doesn't come. So I said, well, just back out the driveway and, you know, just be mindful of where he is and be watching, because the one thing I don't want to have happen is us hit him as he's running out to the car thinking that we're leaving. Well, you know what? My son's not a little boy anymore. He wants to be home by himself. So we backed out and parked in a place where we could see him. And he says, I'm not coming. I am not coming. And I'm sitting there and I'm ready to start taking stuff away. I'm like, well, there goes your DS, and there goes watching TV, and here goes, right? And I even started to say some of this, and then I went, what are you doing? This is never the way you gain compliance. Not ever. And I can go and have a discussion with him about this, or I can go back to ABA basics, which is that I want compliance, and the only way you get compliance is by catching them doing something good. And if you can't get them to do something good, then you get them to do something that they already wanted to do, and then you offer praise and reinforcement for it, and that becomes part of your distraction to get them to do the thing that you want to do. So I went, right? I talk about this on a regular basis. Where did it go in my head? But so I went up to him, and he was like, you're really mad, aren't you? And I said, no, I'm not really mad. You know what I was wondering? And I totally changed the subject, and I said, I was wondering if you could hold this for me. And it wasn't particularly something that he wanted to do, but it was all I had in the moment. And I said, could you hold this for me for a minute? And he's a very sweet boy. And so he took and held my bag, and I said, thank you so much. You're such a good boy. And I really appreciate how you help me all the time. And now he's like, oh, because he was expecting to get a lecture and more of the nag. And I was having a quiet moment where I was giving him my full attention, which is what he was not feeling he was having before. And I stood there and I said to him, you know what? I know you don't want to go. I did hear you say that. I know you don't want to go, but we desperately need to go. And I really want you to come with me because I always have more fun when you come with me. And did I forget to tell you that on the way back, we're going to stop at the store where we get, you know, this basically it's a health food store where we get the kind of stuff that's a big reward for him. And I said, so I need for you to come with me because I want you to help me pick it out. And he says, oh, okay. And he went and got in the car. You know? And I go, okay, I could have done that to start with, but it's not in my nature. But it took like a moment of me being caught up in my own stuff, If I had been not caught up in my own stuff, the truth of the matter is I could have gotten him out to the car much faster if I had just taken a moment to be with him and to tell him what was going to go on and remind him what was in it for him. Sometimes there isn't as much in it for them, but why would we expect them to do that willingly, right? Have we not been in situations in our lives when somebody's asking us to do something, we go, you know, I really don't want to do that. There's nothing to be gained by me doing that, so why would I want to do that? Same kind of thing for our kids. It doesn't have to be overwhelming, but there has to be something of interest at least, and that might just be connecting with us or having us say thank you. So in any case, we had a wonderful time, and every place that we did, I made sure that I reinforced and said, I'm so glad you're here with me because I always have a better time when you're here, and I so enjoy being with you. And, you know, I ended up getting a hug and him saying, Mom, I really like being with you too. I'm glad I came. But I was about to have the meltdown of all meltdowns, and I could have tried to pick him up and carry him, but you know, and I think it crossed my mind at one point. I was like, what am I going to do? Because he's big enough, I can't carry him to the car anymore. So I don't have any other option anymore to get compliance except to reinforce and go back to basics. So I offer that up to you because I was blowing it bad, and we all will, right?